Okay, I'm just running some solos today. Got a couple wins, and I just want to take you through the entire game. It's going beginning, middle to end. This is one of the spots I like to land. The reason I like landing here is because it is very central. There's an NPC here who's friendly. You can get gold off him or hire him. Sometimes it's contested. Try to make sure you get a gun first. It's not often people come here, but you're able to talk to this gentleman here. Get nice items from him. There's lots of chests in here. The loot is usually decent. Thing about this location is you get a lot of action to begin with early. Trying to just get that pistol damage to earn the gold off the guy. Off the challenge that I accepted. I see he went down the hill, blew up his boat. Now I know they're both trapped down there. So I just head over and get the high ground. Just trying to get that headshot in the boat. So he's taken off. I decided to skip the bridge and chase, which usually I wouldn't do, especially if someone's in a boat. But I was feeling spunky. Boats and swimming will be seen much further away. Now, boats do a ton of damage to build, but not much damage to players. So all I'm looking to do here is open his build and confuse him of what direction I'm coming from. Boat actually blocked a few of my shots. And there's another guy pushing in on me with his boat. I'm ready for such tactics. So now we're into the mid-game, which means that you want to collect as much build as you can from here, and try to get any cheeky kills or positioning you can. After going to the bridge, I like to come to this fire and get high ground. There was a fight going on, so I intervened. Collected all the goodies. He had a nice little nook there. I didn't like his jump, so I just took him out of this spot. I was going to launch into the raid again, but he blocked it with a build. That's my NPC down there that I hired from earlier on. He's now just catching up to everything. I'm going to skip you ahead a hot second. So I've climbed all the way back to the top of the tower, and I'm just assessing a 360 scan. Having this high ground is great, especially with the zip lines. I was trying to corral this guy in the direction I wanted. He just was not having it. You can see I'm a horrible shot from directly above. I don't think he really knows where I am either. Yeah, I just want to scare him to the back towards the storm. Put a little pressure on. Using the zip lines, you can go down, see where they're at, and then go back up. I just want to make sure that in no way he can get above me. At this point, I had lost him. Just looking for his footprints or a tell of where he could be. We're going to see this player later in the game. But for now, he's fled. Didn't even notice this player here. Completely other person. So I didn't really like that I had lost the high ground, and the storm was coming in. I knew I had to leave. I was going to shoot myself, and then I saw the loot in there. So I head in for some of this loot. Let's see if I can find anything especially nice. Oh. So I'm heading out. I want to really make a good distance on the way out, so I use the shockwaves. I still have my NPC behind me, following me, which is great because if somebody's tailing you, they're going to shoot your hired NPC instead of you. Which gives you 3 shots. Now I know this player's only way to escape this scenario is to climb down and walk over, or use a zipline. So I'm just going to go behind this truck and look at these goodies and cover the zipline. Always want to move left and right, just so people can't get a straight-on shot. I'm just setting everything he has on fire, so that he's pressured to leave and come towards me. Not necessarily aiming for him, just shooting arrows. He skipped by me, didn't even notice. Slippery devil. Now that I see white damage on him, I know I can just push. Now, when somebody throws grenades at you, you want to build a ramp and jump on it. It'll negate any of the damage they do. Since I know he's on white, I push. He didn't build a wall in time, and I just side shot him from underneath. So for now, it's important just to flee the scene. I want to get out as fast as you can when that storm's coming in. I see 2 people fighting here. I don't really want to get involved, but I do want to do some damage. Why don't you shoot the person in the back of the fight, because usually the person who's in the front, running away, has been hurt. So I'm still running from the storm, but I don't want these people to come up behind me at all. So I drive past the bush and run into it. He stopped moving and started dancing. That's why I missed that shot. The other guy died in the storm down there as well, so I want to keep hustling and not take any storm damage whatsoever. I see a quick bounty, no reason to not get gold. If you pop a cone on these slurp cans, they'll just explode and give you health. They won't give you the max health, but since there's so many and I'm in a rush, I want to get that health now. At this point in the game, you're going to want to really work on your positioning. Make sure that you get dead center. I see another fight going on, and I'm not sure if I want to get involved, just because of the storm. Checking to my left and all my other directions so that I won't get hit if I do get involved, and I send him flying. I sent him flying because he was the player who built the highest. Most likely he's the better player, and I'd like to discombobulate him. I get drops no matter what, as many as I can, so the other players can't pick them up in the game. I see the storm has moved again, so I want to move again. I don't want to get bogged down in a fight. Once there's about 13 players left, maybe take some cheap shots like that, but keep moving. It's imperative to get good positioning at this point in the game. So now that I've collected build and gotten more ammo and more arrows to recover from getting into the storm, I'm getting some high ground. Oops, overshot it. That's okay. I built. So now I can see who's who, on what scale, and where. I've got my back to the storm, and I'm on a major cliff. I built this underneath me as well, so people can't shoot me underneath in the chin, which is crucial. You'll notice they try. Launch that guy into the storm. And I'm just shockwaving people so that they can't get their bearings, and they're obligated to fight at that point. And some players won't see other players, and if you launch them through the air, you can be damned they'll see them. Hit that guy with a shockwave in the air, launching him from his current path, so he couldn't get his back. See, I have a lot of arrows, which I've just collected from that camp while I had the time. Mixture of fighting, and I do want to separate them. Cost them builds, and it cost them... I want to get this guy way down the hill. See, he's right in the cliff. Not a fan of that primal rifle, though. Not a fan at all. That explosive bow hit me from underneath, and that's what I was talking about before, making sure they can't hit you with that. Fire bows also won't be able on that angle to get you. So the storm's moving again, I'm just moving to the edge. At this point, when there's this few people, about 5, and the storm's closing, you don't really have to worry about running from the storm or getting to the center. You're going to want to stay on the edge so you don't have to worry about shooting your back. So I definitely don't want to let anybody up here, and I know this player was trying to get up here. And I just went down to the right and kind of corralled him back in. I don't have to chase him or kill him. I just want him to be over there. At this point, I launched him up. I would have liked him to go back down. But him getting involved is great for me. Now this player here is an issue to my right. He's still not leaving this area, and he wants to get above and behind me, which is a big problem. These 2 players over here are not an issue. He just eliminated one. I say they're not an issue because they're about to get involved, and I know the other player was there because I did not launch him down. Now the player to my right finally makes his way up, and I get those 3 hits on him because of the split corner angle. You're going to see why I do not like the primal rifle. He has 26 health, and he's a ghost. He has 2 health now. I was hoping he went down to the bottom, and I could have launched him into the storm there, but he didn't. I don't have a good position whatsoever, so I'm glad those 2 are fighting. If there was one guy up there, I would not come down here, but there's 2. He just walked out the front door and handed me this build. Now, I needed some of his build, which is great. And that was the player that jumped away from us much earlier in the game at the Spire. Finally caught up to him and took him out. How gratifying. The reason I did want to scale back up here is because I noticed this drop, and I was worried one of them would be low and get the healing provided from it. Also, it's nice to upgrade any guns. Blue pump to purple pump. I dropped the minis at this point because I have 3 big shields and I don't need that much healing. I also dropped the health, which depends on your playstyle. Could be a good move or could not be. I want to launch him into the storm, but I missed. I'm just putting pressure on him because he's the tallest, or the person with the highest high ground. I want the other player to have a chance. You want to spend as minimal time in the air as you can. That's why I waited till the last second. Then scaled the cliff down, turn around and reversed, and shockwave this player into the storm. Now that I've sent him way into the storm, he's lower than me. So I get a few shots as he's coming in, just to show him I'm right here. Stop building, stay still. The other player who's way up there is taking shots down on him as well, as he waterfalls down. He sees I'm down the cliff, and I'm using the cliff as a block right now, so he can't get me. When he turns, you can see I made my way back up with the shockwave bow. I try to get him into the storm again, but I just missed it. This player just missed my head. And I switched to brick so that he can't burn me, because I noticed he had the burning one. I noticed that he left himself vulnerable on a corner angle, so I launched him into the storm again. He has to use his fish here to survive. This player has 9 kills and he's no louse, and he definitely wants me dead now. You can see that he's frustrated and he wants to push. He's made a few errors there, and I'm just anticipating him coming in. Now that I see him directly above me, I shockwave up. Try to get a cheeky shot on that guy while I'm up there. He's really upset with me. He gets a really nice edit hit, and I accidentally launch myself into the storm. I launch myself back in, because I know it's do or die. Thank God these 2 were fighting, so I had a chance to put on 2 big shields. He goes above me again, but I shockwave up and clean his block. This player is just getting underneath, but thank God I got that purple pump. Make a nice little jump shot for the win. NPC here who has a purple scar, so it's worth the risk of fighting people. Now, 2 guys touch down here. I'm gonna take you right up to when the fight happens. So I hear 3 sets of footsteps. I don't know which one's the NPC. Now that I see he's dead, I'm definitely gonna want to push before this guy can heal. My guess is he was out of build, that's why he was just running in a corner like that. So I just took his right side peek away. Did a little hop, jump so his shot wouldn't hit. And he only has 1 place to go. So now I've taken this location. I just need to kill the NPC and take his purple scar. I go up on an angle here, it's just so he can't hit me. Now you can get a bounty off of him. It's always nice to see what part or what item NPCs give you, because it's random. Sometimes you can get a gold scar, sometimes you just get a little build. So here's my bounty right here. He's definitely engaging someone else he just found. I don't think he was expecting that at all. You notice early game I want to push everyone. You want to be in a constant state of fighting when there's about 60 to 100 people left. Just because it's been so short the time in the game, it's easy to reload and you haven't really invested anything. So you just didn't know where I was. When it comes to mid-game, you're going to want to fight most people in most scenarios. I don't want this guy just chasing me and fighting and revealing and wasting my build. So you can see he's on me, I moved so he wouldn't know where I was. Didn't really want to reveal myself until I had a clear shot, which I miss. Oof, right? So I know he's going to push, so I just put up 1 wall to make it seem like I'm a bot. And then I go in the bush. So I can get some free shots. I hear him shockwave, so I know he's going to come in. Clean shot on him. He's worried now. He's just building up. I'm just putting pressure on him, trying to get that 1 last shot on him. He doesn't want to deal with me. So I'm making a lot of noise. I'm bouncing around a lot. Dodged all those. I noticed he has a slug chug cannon here, so I want to take that from him. Just trying to get some shots on him. He's a runner though. So I know he hid in this bush just because I heard the bush animation. So now that I've got him, I drop my minis and my bigs for this slurp cannon. It's worth it. For the rest of mid-game, until there's about 13 players left, you're going to want to get as much build as you can in this time. Get positioning on the storm. You want to try to get to as the center of the storm as possible. You don't want to be sitting on the edge, because people will creep in and everybody likes staying on the edge. If you get that positioning in the storm, you can 360 spin and get nice shots on everybody. So right now I'm just roaming into the center of the storm. So we're still in the mid-game here. I see a guy up on the hill, and he's right where I want to be. So I want to take his spot. I'm just trying to get him low so that he wastes whatever healing he has and keep pressure on him. If you burn their building down, you see 15, 15. I got a nice 45 white damage on him. You can kill people who have full shields because it only does white damage. So I see the truck here, which was just a little bit faster than me. I don't want to give him time to heal up. I look around to see where he could have gone. There's only one place in my mind where he could be, and that is in this bush. I was right. So since then, the storm has gone to a new position. I don't necessarily want that hill, so I'm going to keep moving deeper in. There's only 5 players left. I have an absolutely amazing spot. I just want to get a little bit more build while I'm sitting here waiting for the other players to get in. These are fights you cannot avoid. You have to fight for these positions. You can't just hide or run. Right now he's got me on my back foot. You can see I'm not leaving, I'm just moving around to get a better shot on him. I know I have the slurp cannon from the other guy, so I can keep getting those cheeky heals. I could not find this guy for the life of me, though. I'd like to watch it from his point of view. You can see this is my form of a panic. I stayed in a 1-by-1. I kept moving. There, I knew he was right on me. Oh, I got such a nice shot on him in between. He must be so mad. GG Gamer, he was definitely skilled. Here it is from his point of view. See, it's a really nice spot because I have my back to the storm. Oh, he was good. I did not want to mess around. I can see why I kept losing him. He kept going sideways instead of straight at me. There's another player shooting us as well, which was a little bit discombobulating. Finally located him there, but he got too good of a hit on me. I'm underneath a cone, so I know I have a few seconds to heal. I just went straight down and out. I knew he'd fall down on me. I get my nice shot on him. After I healed up from that fight, not completely, but almost, just keeping an eye on positioning. My back is to the storm, so I'm not completely in the center anymore once the storm gets to this side. You want your back on an edge, so you only have to cover one angle. Oh, I missed that headshot. This guy's trying to take my position, but my position is way too good, so I don't want to lose it. So I keep fighting him. He gets third party, which is unfortunate for him. But he may have pushed a little too hard from a bad angle. So from here I see some of his items that I want. And I know this guy's below here. I just get a nice little shot on him with a shotgun there. Place my cone. I really just don't want to lose the high ground, so I burn everything that's wood on fire and I go back to my previous round. I'd say we're getting into the end game now. A little pressure on him and then right back to this guy, because I do not want him to get up here. I'm running low on build as well, so I know I'm going to have to do or die soon. I don't like that I only have wood left. There's that cannon. It's been very helpful. If you ever see that, get rid of all your other healing and carry that. I take down his one ramp just so that he falls down and doesn't get the high ground. See, when you're in the air like that, it's free shots. You really have to capitalize on that. I knew he was going to go for the edit. He was locked into the storm. I don't think he thought who I was. Or sorry, he didn't think I was going to get that shot. Just me to this guy now. Tried to do a launch into the storm. I just got the shockwave bow. It's one of my favorite ways to win. Nice little connect there. So I got above him. He used the fish to get up high. You could hear it. And you know I love my shockwave bows. Meanwhile, I'm dancing as he's panicking to get back in. Look at those fish. Good for him. I could have been shooting him that whole time, but I was having a little fun. He only had one way to go out, and if you build a ramp into a cliff, it's not going to work. Anyways, that's pretty much the full game throughout. I hope you enjoyed. Majin for the win.
Nice. Bye guys. Have fun.
Bye.